Hey, what's up, you guys? So today we're going to be reacting to an episode of Till Debt Do Us Apart. So this couple racked up a whole bunch of debt and just threw it into their mortgage. Eventually, they started to have trouble making those mortgage payments. So now their house is on the line. Can the situation be salvaged? Let's take a look.
My name is Shannon. I'm 37.
My name is Pete. I'm 36. I've been with Shannon for about 3 years. This was Shannon's place before we got together, so I kind of came into it.
I bought the house in
So it's her house originally, and then he came later on.
2004 on my own.
Open concept, so we can cook and watch TV at the same time. We have room for an office and a gym. I like it. It's cozy. It's nice.
The master bedroom is my favorite room in the house. There's lots of light. It has its own ensuite. It just feels like it's a little bit of an oasis. Together, we have been sort of struggling for the last couple of years. So when it came time to renew the mortgage, I couldn't do it on my own. And Pete wanted to live in a house that we own together. Once we started applying for a mortgage.
So it's interesting she says renew the mortgage. I think this is filmed in Canada, so it might work a little different, but I think what she means is like to refinance. And I guess she couldn't afford the payment, so she was like, okay, let's do it together, although they weren't married, and I don't know if she knew exactly how he was with the money. Anyway, let's continue.
Once we start applying for a mortgage, people come crawling out of the woodwork from your past because now he's active in the system.
I had a student loan issue pop up. I had some parking ticket issues pop up.
$4,000 for parking tickets. Dang. Okay.
Tax issues pop up. Pop up means I avoided them for a long time, and I finally read their ugly heads. This is what pop up means.
So all the danger signs were there for this guy's no good with money.
So she admits that she saw the signs, but yet agreed to put him on the mortgage still. You know, sometimes love is blind. Let this be a warning sign, y'all. It doesn't matter how much you are in love. Take heed to the red flags, y'all.
We just rolled almost $90,000 into the mortgage.
Consumer debt that we had accumulated together. So a $250,000 mortgage is now $340,000.
Oh my gosh.
We're still not out of debt. And yesterday
So they rolled in $90,000 into the mortgage and they're still not out of debt. Not judging them, but like, that's a lot.
I quit. I told my boss this was my last day. Oh my gosh.
To top it all off, she just quit her job. Like, perfect. Why not? Why not just quit, you know?
I can't take the stress from work. I can't take the stress from home.
Shannon tends to worry about the monetary issues. I'm a super out of sight, out of mind kind of guy.
It's an argument about it.
Why is he just chilling, drinking a beer, watching sports while like everything is like going wrong with their money? Like, oh my goodness.
Every dollar.
Some people are just like that.
It's come to the point where she goes through my receipts when I come home and will question me about it. Oh, so now it's my fault.
No, it's not your fault.
Our financial situation
Kind of is your fault. I'm just
kidding. Breakup.
He doesn't seem to care at all. But for me, it's huge stress. There has to be some accountability and responsibility and change, big change. If he can't learn to at least meet me in the middle and make an effort, I'll end up losing the house and losing him. And where will we be?
So yeah, they are from Canada. I caught the little accent. The house. So yeah, they're from Canada. So a couple things might be a little different than US where I'm at. But anyway, this is sad. So either she can lose the house or lose the guy. Although, I mean, losing the guy, no offense, but okay, let me not go there.
This month, I'll help this couple protect their number one asset, their home.
That's a cool
Shannon.
edit.
Hi, Gail Voss-Oxlade.
I'm Shannon.
Nice to meet you, Shannon.
I'm Pete.
Nice to meet you, Pete.
Nice to meet you too.
If you don't mind, the first thing
They're a really cute couple, like, you gotta admit.
I'd like to do is just drop my bag and have a quick look around.
And that's a really nice neighborhood. I can tell it's, you know, yeah, probably not cheap.
Come on in.
Right, thanks. So how long have you been in this house?
6 years.
What are the white things on the wall? Like paint? Overall, it's a nice house.
For me.
And when are you planning to paint?
That's what I was saying. I was like, there's just like white little splotches on the wall.
That's ongoing.
Because you don't have any money to buy paint.
That's right.
There's some things that need to be done to keep the value of the home. Some cracks in the foundation.
We really need to finish the driveway. Floors need to be fixed. The walls need to be redone.
Look at the stuff. All her small appliances.
Wow.
And then we have shelves and shelves of stuff.
See, that's like typical American dream, question mark. Just like the nice big house, picket fence, nice neighborhood, overconsumption. So you have all this stuff in the basement, but yet can't afford a can of paint to like, you know, fix up the wall. It's just like, just a switch in priorities. Like maybe instead of buying an appliance, maybe you can pay to fix up a little bit in your house or whatnot. So, but yeah, it's typical. You know, a lot of Americans have like storage units, just so much stuff, you know? So let's continue.
a feeling they've been shredding the evidence.
Shredding all the collection notices, probably.
This is how the boy takes care of his financial paperwork.
Oh my gosh, this is stressful. This is so stressful right now. Oh my
All
god.
of these are from the tax man.
Oh my goodness.
You are complete morons to your money. Here's the problem.
She's too real.
Now, you've borrowed so much money, nobody will lend you any more money. So now you're screwed. Shannon's in charge of the money.
Yes.
Were you behind her when she did the buyers club?
Yeah, that was a crazy
That was a
thing to do.
catastrophe.
Buyers clubs can be very seductive. You can buy vacations and almost anything you need for your home at near wholesale cost. The problem is you have to spend thousands on club purchases every year to justify the membership fees.
Kind of sounds like a timeshare. Interesting.
The membership at the time was approximately $10,000. So that was a $2,000 down payment and subsequent payments of $205 for the rest of our lives. I'm pretty sure there's like no end in sight.
So you come to the realization you're in a mess.
Oh my goodness, these memberships, scams. Because not only do you have to pay for the fee, but now you have to actually pay for stuff to justify, like pay for discounted stuff. They probably had the best of the best sneaky salespeople selling them, just like the timeshare people. Like they know psychology and stuff like that. Low key, I kind of want to go to one of the timeshare little presentations to get free stuff. Because I know for a fact, well, okay, let me not be so cocky about it, but I mean, I'm pretty frugal. I feel like I can make it. I don't know. Comment below if you want me to go to one of the presentations and vlog it and see if I can make it.
Let's call Gail. And then why don't I quit my job?
That's what I was saying. Is this really the best time to quit your job?
Because the job wasn't making me happy. It wasn't helping us.
Happy is really important when you're drowning in debt.
But
in the meantime, he's being garnished.
30% of my income is taken bi-weekly
Oh my goodness.
by the government.
If you couldn't pay for the things
That's
you were buying before, how are you going to pay for them and all the debt now?
I have no idea.
Do you have any idea how close you are to losing the house? You are financially irresponsible. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. You have no concept of consequence. And you have put your largest asset at huge risk of being white-tipped.
dang, I feel bad for her. For them, I guess.
Okay, so you start projects and you never finish them. You put in
See, this is what I like. I like to see the numbers. I like to see the details, right?
a base with a parking pad, but you didn't finish it. You ever finished the staircase, but you didn't finish it. Paint on wallpaper, but you didn't finish it.
That's right.
Interlocking patio, did you finish that?
The patio is finished, but the rest of the backyard is not.
So not quite done.
Not quite done.
And then there's the bedroom furniture and the buildings for another $4,000.
That's not done either.
So you spent a total of $13,400. All those upgrades will be a waste of money if they're left unfinished.
First of all, before even starting on upgrades, you want to make sure that you have at least $1,000 in an initial emergency fund, right? And then you can start saving like a savings bucket, right? Have just a savings fund specifically for house maintenance, right? Because when you're actually on a home, you're on the hook for all the little fixes and stuff like that. And only when that's full, you can pick the amount that you want in there. But only after that is, nice and full, now you can think about upgrades. There's a priority order, right? So you want to make sure you have your emergency fund, then maintenance fund, then the optional upgrade stuff, which I think these people did it backwards. But hey, we're not taught this stuff at school, so.
And they've been left unfinished because these two have exhausted their credit. They're putting stuff on credit. $4,000 worth of parking tickets.
That's what
There's the buying club membership, student loans, $10,000 in taxes owed, and here's the $88,000 consolidated to your mortgage. You guys are in your mid-30s and you are $120,000 in debt, not including your mortgage.
Well, $120,000 in debt was a huge surprise.
Not just.
And that's where it is, the sad part about it is a lot of people don't even know their numbers. They don't have any idea how much debt they owe. A lot of people don't even know how much is their monthly expenses. They all added up. It's not an intuitive thing, but yeah, it's a wake-up call for sure.
Just shocking. We don't have anything to show for it.
Even though they have a lot of debt, they haven't stopped spending. And right now, you're wasting 84% of your income on variables like food, entertainment, and stuff. Because you consolidated so much
all that stuff in the garage or in the attic
debt to the house, You took your housing costs up.
Mm.
Now your housing costs are at 53%. It should be 35%. Look at those worry lines on your forehead. I am so happy to see those.
Well, I am concerned.
He finally cares. Nice.
You're over budget by $6,200
That's a
every
lot.
month. If you stay on that track, in 5 years, you'll be $953,000 in debt. But you won't ever make it there. You will have lost the house in less than a year.
Dang. So yeah, so they're negative $6,000. That means they're in a hole negative 6,000, going deeper, deeper, deeper each month.
I can help you, but I can't fix this. You have to fix
Okay,
this.
right.
So will you do anything I ask?
1,000%.
We will do whatever's
They got no option at this point.
necessary to
Okay, good.
dig yourself out.
Over the next few weeks, we are going to wake you up to your financial reality. We're going to look at your options, how to deal with this mess. And if you do decide that you want to stay in this house, we're going to have to figure out how to protect this, which is probably your most important asset at this point. Shannon and Pete are drowning in debt.
Ridiculous how we can't control it. Like fire.
Pete's attitude is out of sight, out of mind. You haven't filed a tax return in 12 years. And Shannon's no better. To get things under control, they'll have to play by my rules. For the next month, these homeowners will learn to live on a strict cash budget. No more credit cards. They'll complete weekly challenges to tackle their money and relationship issues. And if they're willing to change, I'll reward them with thousands of dollars to pay down their debt. No changes, no money. So you're going to be living on cash.
That's a pretty good deal. You learn about your money and then you get a reward for bettering your situation. Okay.
You're going to be living on cash, but you're going to be living on a lot less money than you've been used to because I'm cutting your spending by about 70%.
7-0?
Instead of the $3,600 you've been spending on a whole bunch of stuff, you're going to have about $1,100, and it's going to play out like this. You'll have $125 a week for food, $88.23 for transportation. You'll have $25 a week for entertainment.
What can you even do for $25?
You'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we will.
You will have zero for clothing and gifts, and
At this point, use the clothes you got.
$30 for Ozza. This is the beginning of a new positive habit, taking care of your money. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
You, challenge number one. Guess what?
Get a job.
Oh my God. See, I don't even have to say it. But you also have to balance your budget. I want you to eliminate every single thing that is not a need. At this point, you can't deal with wants.
Like now they're dealing with the consequences of their actions. You know, it's come back to bite. I mean, it's only temporary, but if they lock in now, they should be good quicker than they probably even realize. But yeah, they gotta buckle down now. Such a beautiful house.
First thing in the morning, Shannon and Pete got down to the daunting task of trying to balance the budget with only one paycheck.
With everything in, we're over budget.
See, that's where I help my clients do exactly this, because like some people don't even know where to start. Like it can be intimidating, but it is so I love balancing budgets. It's so satisfying just seeing how much money you earn versus how much money you need to spend each month. So satisfying, but it can be stressful if you don't know really what you're doing.
With everything in, we're over budget.
By how much?
$500. Vacation, 0. Interest in hobbies, I'm putting 0 for that.
Well, there's no entertainment yet.
So
We can't even scratch
so
that.
it's gonna have to be no.
Well, come on.
The only other
He's like, I want my sports and beer.
place I could say we could cut is the cable.
Ouch. Now we have no money allotted for entertainment. In my opinion, it's very unrealistic.
Pete wouldn't drop the entertainment issue,
But am I wrong here, though, with the entertainment in the restaurant?
leaving Shannon to question his commitment.
I think it's gonna take a little more time for Pete to come around with the gravity of the situation. I don't think it's reality for him yet.
Like, I'm going to have to get another job looking at this.
I can always go 10 bar.
And this is exactly what you gotta do as soon as possible, especially before getting married and especially before like moving in together. You have to know your numbers. If not, you might be digging yourself into a hole for years and not even know it.
One shift on a weekend or something.
I'm not looking at this.
I can always go 10 bar, like one shift on a weekend or something.
I'm not happy with it. We
One shift on a weekend probably won't make a dent, but I mean, hey, it's something.
both really enjoy our weekends right now.
We are up crate with no friggin' money right now. I just want to get through now. And you have a problem with me not being around on nights. That's just too bad. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, so now it's my fault.
No, it's not your fault.
We
I'm just...
both agree that you want to be. Weekends are great. They're kind of sacred to us. But now
Sure they are. They're
it's-
sacred to us if we're financially stable.
You said it, girl. See, and that's the thing about money. Money is so integral part of our lives that it causes most divorce is because of money, and you can see how just like uncomfortable it's getting. And yeah, it's better to be on the same page. Definitely have those hard conversations so then you guys can move on.
Shannon's clearly gotten the message that she needs to do whatever it takes to become financially stable.
It's not about being happy at a job right now. It's
And this is so 2004. You see the ads, the job ads on the newspaper. Blast from the past.
about the house and paying for everything. I'd like to start work right away, doing anything if I could.
That's how you do it.
Your joint income on this budget is $6,000. Does this take into account the fact that you don't have a job?
I have an interview tomorrow and an interview on Tuesday.
Okay.
So I am assuming that the worst case scenario, you making a minimum wage, that's what we would bring home.
Because you still have a few weeks to go in terms of coming to terms with some stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt now. Even if Shannon were to get a job earning her previous salary, their housing costs would still be too high. For this next challenge, they'll need to be prepared to deal with the consequences if they can't afford to keep the house. This week, it's all about you going through the house and making a list of all the things you have started and never finished, and to do whatever is required to fix the house up so that it can sell.
Paint.
Okay?
I see paint in our future.
Okay, you will have until the end of this whole process, and you will have to get to work finishing some crap. This week, I sent an appraiser to go through the house to give them an idea of what needs to be done to maximize its resale value.
When people see little undone things, they tend to think, if I'm seeing those, what about the ones I'm not seeing? The front driveway, you haven't finished in that area, definitely well worth doing. In an area like this where parking is always an issue, that's a wonderful thing. The painting, of course, because it's something that's not very costly and it does have a really good return.
Yeah, they really gotta focus on the things that are immediately visible, like the paint, the flooring, stuff like that, for sure.
And you might want to consider renting a polisher and just running it through all the floors. It's ideal to replace that carpet that's damaged and stained upstairs. When purchasers are looking at that, they put a number on it. That number often is exaggerated, and you will see it in your offers. And at the end of the day, you're probably looking at a cost of between $3,000 and $5,000 at the most. If you leave the property as is and sell it, we're looking at the low end of the range being $388 to $390. And if you go forward and make the improvements that I've suggested, you're achieving the high end of the range, being around the 406, 407 mark. Well worthwhile.
That got them going on the projects they can afford to finish right now.
Nice. But that is so true. See, I was a realtor for a whopping 2 months, and what I learned is that literally focus on the cosmetics first, the perceived value, you know what I mean? People don't want to see an unkept lawn, like messy walls and stuff like that. So if you can just deal with that first, that does like miracles in the value, even though it might not take as much. But if they had that savings bucket for house maintenance, that could have been taken out from there easily. But hey, you live and learn.
The whole idea of losing the house, that lights a giant fire under both of us.
Fraser said we needed to dump at least 3,000 to 5,000 into the place now. With the budget we have now, I don't know how we're going to do it.
But ultimately, that's the choice they'll have to make. Stay and invest more money they don't have, or sell and pay off all their debt. To make sure they're considering all the options, I've sent them to check out a rental property that falls within my general guideline for housing, around 35% of their income.
If we rented, we could, and we saved the difference of $500, we could save about $6,000 in the first year.
Nice.
It's nice size. I miss having an ensuite.
Ensuite, no debt.
He probably thinks it's not as nice as their house, but I mean, come on. It is not the time for that. He's finally like making some sense now.
If we rent, we wouldn't be responsible for some of the larger repairs that need to be done, right? Obviously, that's looked over by the landlord.
Bingo.
Nice kitchen.
Wow, this is a beautiful house. Dang.
For what we'd be spending per month, it's a beautiful home. Just don't want to make an emotional decision because it's so nice living.
If we were to rent, obviously we'd be selling up most of our debt, and we could free up some money and sort of have a life again. We don't have any money for entertainment. We can't do it. I couldn't even take you out for dinner for your birthday.
Quick fix. Sell the house, pay off the debt. That's gone now. Did we learn our lesson? Maybe not. What I still think keeping our house and paying our debt down is the best way.
I really do consider it a viable option to sell and rent a place.
That sounds like a great idea, honestly. And then just rebuild from there. But they do have to fix up their habits before doing all that.
Not willing to throw in the towel as quickly as you are.
You really liked what you saw.
I like what I saw, and it's a good option for where we are.
Yes.
I think.
What's your hesitation?
That's a band-aid fix.
Yeah.
We pay off all of our debt and we're at zero and we're awesome. And now all of a sudden we have all this money and we go right back into debt, or we
That's what happens a lot of times. Yep.
don't end up coming up with a down payment.
Well,
for
it
another
would
house.
certainly take a commitment. Did you go out looking for a job this week?
I did.
And how many interviews did you have?
I had one interview yesterday.
Okay. Of all the paint that has to be done, what percentage still remains?
60 or 70%. Yeah, I have to
So
figure
you
out how
still
to.
have 70% of the painting to do.
Yeah, we had to fill a lot of holes, and I had to go over the trim and
Right.
prepare the trim before I painted it. So that's all painted now. I just have to slap the paint on the wall.
Okay. If this is in fact something that you are going to consider doing, staying in this house, and I think you need to do so with everything out in the open so that you know exactly what you're facing a year down the road, 5 years down the road, okay? And a home inspector can do that. So I'm going to send you a home inspector so that you know what you're dealing with if you decide to stay here.
So for those who don't know, an appraiser pretty much just comes in and sees what someone is willing to pay for your home, like the value, versus an inspector gets down to the nitty gritty and can tell you like, oh, there's major problems behind the scenes of the house. This needs to be fixed now, or it might need to be fixed later down the line. Having an inspection is so good so they can know like, are they going to want to deal with the big repairs that inevitably happens with home ownership, or sell the house, get the cash, pay the debts, and don't have to worry about any big repairs in the rental, and they can start saving for another down payment. That sounds like a good idea to me, honestly.
While we're cleaning up the house, clean up the paperwork. I want all your paperwork cleaned up this week.
That just sounds stressful.
Mean that tax returns have been done, do not touch it. Now it's time to decide whether to sell the house and pay off the debt or invest the time and money it'll take to restore their number one asset.
Certainly, guys, it's very, very cool up here.
I've arranged for a home inspection, so they'll have a clear picture of the costs they're facing.
You're 3 times colder than really what it should be on these exterior walls. There could be a lack of insulation. The drywall is going to have to come down, re-insulate. Could be quite a costly venture, but are we allowed to buy sweaters yet?
Yeah.
The garage should not be overlooked. It's a key component to this home. You've had some work done. However, you've got open cavities here. These should be sealed to prevent carbon monoxide, which is a toxic gas, entering the home. Okay, guys, it looks like someone attempted to fix a crack in your foundation.
The builder came back like 3 or 4 times to do it.
Wow, and they didn't get it right, eh? Yeah. You've got mold forming here, the whole kit and caboodle. So
Yeah.
definitely, yeah, absolutely, all right
For
here.
sure.
That is priority number 1, is getting this thing fixed properly. Another thing I noticed towards the back of the home was a horrific grading up against the home. All of the water is going up against the home. You'll have to get some landscaping done. Those 2 issues, this crack and the grading at the back, are 2 things you have got to get addressed. Now, obviously, we have to come up with that money before we can sell it, and we don't have it now anyway.
The quick fix of selling the house and turning it around to pay off debt, that's gone. We're going to take it seriously. We're going to have to fight our way out of it.
If they're going to save their home, they need more money. Pete started by tackling his back taxes.
It's going to be faxed off tomorrow, and the garnish will see some of my paycheck as of the next pay.
It was
Wow, it's so easy. Okay. 12 years of back taxes, just done like that. Magic TV? I don't know. But that's cool. Turn up for that.
driving me crazy that for 3 or 4 months his wages are being garnished, and all it took him literally 15 minutes.
Pete's also committed to increasing his income.
Well, I just did my forecast for next year. If I hit my target, it's going to be about 35% increase in what I made this year. Now with my garnish being lifted, that's another 30%. So all of a sudden there's 60% increase in money.
I see a really big change in him. Like we can have a discussion about money and it doesn't lead to an argument.
Nice.
One of the things that happened this week, which is sort of a big turnaround for you, is you changed fundamentally how you're thinking about the money.
I have a little respect for the money, if that makes
Yes, it does make sense.
whatsoever.
You feel like you have a plan moving forward.
If there's any extra money coming in above like our static debt repayment plan that we have set out,
Yep.
we're going to just make a lump sum repayment towards the mortgage.
Okay.
We did use the house as a dumping ground financially, physically. So now we realize that it was really dumb. Like it really was.
When I got here, you were overspending by
Hindsight is 2020.
about $3,500 a month, and you were headed to $950,000 worth of debt in about 5 years. It was before you quit your job. So what I wanted for you was for you to wake up to your financial reality. Okay, and I think you've done that. Initially, I wasn't convinced these two were going to make it, but I've seen some huge improvements. Even though the painting isn't finished, I'm going to give them one more chance.
No, I was coming to give you $4,000.
Okay?
Yeah, but here's what I prefer to do. You send me pictures of these walls finished. I'll give you this too. Does that sound fair? Yeah.
Fair enough. Very fair.
Okay.
Well, Gil, there's a nice way of stating the blatant obvious things to you to make you go, but everything she said makes sense, and she proved to us it worked, and we proved to ourselves it worked. She's all right.
So in my opinion, they should take those checks and put it toward the foundations of a house, like the mold and all that stuff, the structure, and make sure that's good. Because I mean, the longer you wait, the worse it gets. So take those $1,000, put it into the house, so at least it's not like breaking down like that. And then they can start saving up for the cosmetic stuff, which isn't really a high priority unless they want to sell. But yeah, the debt definitely a big priority.
6 weeks later, I was happy to send them a check for the full $5,000. Pete's earning more. But the big news is that Shannon got a full-time job.
Oh, good.
Between the two of them, they're confident they'll be able to stick to their debt repayment plan, finish their home repair projects, and keep it all on budget.
That's amazing. Wow, that is really good. The host is amazing. Like, she's very to the point, but she isn't like rude about it. She makes you understand, like, okay, yeah, I gotta take care of this. So overall, it's just basically not knowing. They didn't know their numbers. They didn't know how much goes out every month. They probably knew how much comes in, but they didn't know how much goes out, and they didn't know how much total debt they had, and also ignoring debts like student loans, taxes. Like, even if it's overwhelming, if you have at least a knowledge of how much you owe and don't do nothing with that for a little bit, let it simmer, that's a great start. So hopefully you learned a little something. Subscribe if you like these types of videos, and God bless. Bye for now.